The Sony FX30, one of the best video cameras at its price point, $1,800. Today, we will be unboxing and doing some testing to see what it's all about. Let's get to it. So here I have the Sony FX30, which is, as you can see here, on Sony's quote-unquote cinema line. Let's take a look inside and talk about this thing. Before we do that, just a heads up, I bought this off somebody who was selling it, and I'm pretty sure this is everything that comes included in the packaging. So let's get to it. So here we have some manuals that of course it's going to come with. And then we have the Sony FX30 body. I mean, look at this. One of the biggest selling points about Sony, the FX30, is that this is a very compact camera. Then we have a charger from Sony itself. As you can see here, it's Sony branded. Coming along with a USB charger. A lot of people just get a actual battery charger and just charge it from there and then just shoot them into the camera. But you can charge your battery with just it inside the Sony FX30 and plugging it in with a USB. Now that we have this beast out the box, let's talk about the specs. So first off, I'm going to address maybe the big elephant in the room when talking about the Sony FX30. The fact that it records with an APS-C sensor, but it does record in 26 megapixels for the video. So the reason APS-C is good or bad for certain people is it might be good for you if you want extra reach and you were doing nature or maybe sports, something like that, because you have to multiply your focal length by 1.5 to know the real true focal length. So for example, if you have a 24-70, it would more likely be like a 35 to 100-ish. The reason APS-C sensors are usually bad is because of the low light performance. However, don't worry, Sony's got you covered. Using the FX30, you can use dual native ISO, basically meaning you're pretty good in a lot of low light situations. However, you can't just shoot in the dark, even though sometimes it may feel like that using the Sony cameras. Another thing about recording is that you can record in 422 10-bit color, and this is amazing because when you're color grading, you want to pull out the most amount of color in your images, and this is going to be such a great thing, especially if you're a big color grader and you're always in DaVinci Resolve or you're using LUTs and all that kind of stuff. It can also record in 24 frames per second, 30, 60, and an insane 120 FPS, which is insane. However, though, it is cropped, which isn't the biggest deal breaker, to be honest. I mean, how can you not love this thing? It's super compact, it has really good low light performance, and you can record in a good color profile like log to be able to pull the most out of your colors in that 10-bit footage. Saying this, I think something that I'm the most excited for is the fact that you can load 16 LUTs into the Sony FX30 and be able to preview what your video might look like when color grading. So for example, I could pull up a teal and orange LUT, have it on my screen to see what my footage would look like instead of just seeing the grayish, dull footage that comes with log. Also, you can also choose to bake that LUT into the footage. So maybe if you don't feel like color grading, or if you're in settings that you know how it's going to look, you don't have to deal with color grading later, and you can be a lot more efficient. Now that we have this thing open, let's do some testing. I'm going to pair it with my new Sigma 24-70mm that you can watch the review of here if it's available. If not, you'll have to wait for that to come out. But yeah, we're going to pair it with this, and we're going to do some testing with the log and just the Rec 709 footage. So with the testing I did, the FX30 feels great, but however, I'm going to need to do some more. I'm going to do a 1 month later type of review for the FX30 and for my Sigma lens. So look out for that if you're looking for more in-depth details and shot reviews. I'll see you later, and thank you for watching.